I'm Mike Uyak. I love to try new things, and I've had culinary adventures all around the world as well as right at home. I've had really wonderful food, as well as some really horrible food. I'd like to share some of my adventures with you, and we'll see if I have what it takes to fix whatever goes wrong. This is Recipe Redemption. Greetings and salutations, Redeemers, and good morning to you. I think it's a good morning. We'll see. Because you see, I turned on my computer, decided to do a little research, and the first thing that popped up was this. Come on, Internet. This is... It's too early for this. This is one of those things, I think it arises from the trend of trying to find new and innovative ways to do things. Kitchen hacks and things like that. And I could probably do several episodes just on crappy kitchen hacks of like, don't ever do these things. It's a shame to do these things to food. But putting hot dogs into a Rice Krispie treat and then all the toppings for a hot dog. You made me do this, Internet. That's all I have to say.
So here we go. I've always made Rice Krispie treats in the microwave, so that's what I'm doing here. I have Rice Krispies, some miniature marshmallows that I had around, pat of butter, about a tablespoon's worth of butter, and let's not forget the hot dogs. Microwave that, and then stir it together until it combines into a sticky mess. That's what you always end up with, so it's no big surprise. I have this square mold here, which I have liberally sprayed down with kitchen spray, and I'm going to spend several minutes trying to pack this goo into it.
So here we are. And you can see, here's a good view, a little piece of hot dog coquettishly peeking out the bottom there. I've actually got pub mustard, because that's what I have. I didn't have the yellow mustard. Ketchup and sweet relish on this. And, because the hot dog is kind of juicy, since I wasn't able to actually find a recipe for this exactly, but it's Rice Krispie treats where you just add hot dogs to it. But the hot dogs carry a certain amount of moisture in them. And moisture and sugar kind of don't mix when you want something sort of, have something with structural integrity. So, even cooled down, this is a little bit more floppy than your typical Rice Krispie treat because there's that extra moisture that's in there. Let's see. I'll do this bite here. That's weird. Again, the texture is not quite as firm as I typically associate with a Rice Krispie treat. The moisture from the hot dogs makes it so the marshmallow doesn't really want to adhere to it, so they're desperately trying to escape this thing. Particularly the mustard with the marshmallow is a little off-putting. Hot dogs they're trying to escape. This is very quickly starting to ooze away here, but let's try another bite. An argument could be made with the sweet relish and the sugars that are in the ketchup that sweet flavors with hot dogs um, they don't necessarily not go together. However, Rice Krispie treats and hot dogs are two things that we don't typically eat together. We're not two fisting hot dogs and Rice Krispie treats. So my brain recognizes the two things, but there's a sort of cognitive dissonance that results when you have them in the same bite. Like, what are you doing? If you subscribe to the philosophy that life is short and so you should eat dessert first, eat the dessert first. Have your Rice Krispie treat, enjoy it, and then have a hot dog. If that's what you choose to do. And, it's a free country. If you want to do this, God bless you. Or as they say in the South, bless your heart. But I wouldn't make this. This is not. No, this is not a thing that I need in my life. Now, is there a way to incorporate puffed rice with hot dogs that is actually good? Yeah, I have an idea.
Okay, I want to start with some batter here. I have some gluten-free flour, which is mostly rice flour. It has a little bit of cornstarch and some other additives and things, but it's basically rice flour, along with some cornmeal, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, cayenne, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. And to that I'm adding some, I just have half and half, so that's the dairy that I'm using. Whisk this around, and I ended up adding a little bit more of the gluten-free flour. I want this to be a pretty thick batter, which I poured into a tall drinking glass, the better to dunk things with. Now, I have a hot dog on a skewer, and I am coating it with some cornstarch here. Tap off as much of the excess as I can. I really should have sort of rubbed the excess off, but want to have a nice intermediary layer between the hot dog and the batter, and I just completely submerge, and I'm using the twist and swirl technique here, just to make sure that all sides have batter adhering to it when I pull it out, like so. And lest we forget, I'm going to coat the outside of this with my puffed rice. There we go. And this is what it looks like after frying in the pan. My camera died while I was frying. So this is the end product, yes, with the ketchup, mustard, and relish atop it.
So here we are. My rice-based corn dog. Korean style corn dog. This is kind of how they've kind of popularized the dish of late. The Korean corn dog, and if you have sort of a Korean street food type restaurant near you that serves something like this, I highly recommend that you give it a try. They're doing some interesting things with it. Some of them, instead of like the rice, the puffed rice here, they'll actually have little diced potato studding the outside, and it's often, instead of a hot dog, it's like a cheese stick in the middle. So it's molten cheese in the middle with potato, that sort of fried batter, and then they actually, in this case, actually do sprinkle it with, I think, cinnamon sugar, and it's really different, but it's really, really good. And they're also doing some fun things with, the corn dog idea. So this is kind of a take on that. You get the crispiness of the puffed rice, plus it added a little bit of starchiness from, you know, the corn dog or rice dog batter, and you didn't need to add a whole, you know, any added sweetness to it. You could if you wanted. That didn't work. There. You could add a little bit more sweetness to this if you wanted. It's not really necessary. This is delicious on its own. And hey, fried things. Need I say more? So, what do you think? Obviously, this is better than the Rice Krispie treats with hot dogs in them. But what else might you have done? Hot dog sushi? I don't know. Something with hot dogs and rice. Let me know what you think and what you might have done in the comments below. And as always, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'm Mike Uyak for Recipe Redemption. Thanks for watching.